Welcome back. This is By the Book, and we're your married relationship coaches. I'm Sent.
I'm Sil.
And today we're talking about Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 7, right?
Yes.
I had it wrong last week, but I think I'm back.
I tried to tell you.
You're so seldom right. Anyway, we are talking about Nicole and Chris. As this episode starts, the couples are kind of wrapping up the honeymoon. And, of course, we know, I almost called him Mitch. Clint is giving his apology to the table. And I guess that kind of opens them up to talking about relationships and how theirs are all going so far. So the question I think Gina posed to everyone was to rate their relationships. And so Chris starts off with, as far as Nicole and Chris doing theirs together, Chris starts off by saying he would rate them as an 8.2. Mm-hmm. Nicole is snickering over there talking about, oh, it was the exact same thing I was going to say.
Sure.
No, you weren't. Like, really? Who was going to say 8.2? She getting on my last nerve. Honestly, like, what are the odds she was going to say 8.2?
8.2, yeah.
8.5, you know, somewhere between the 8 and the 8.5. Maybe she would have said that.
Yeah.
Ain't no way she was getting ready to say 8.2. That annoyed me. And she was like, well, don't think I'm just saying that because you're saying it. Well, okay. Whatever. I don't know. She's just extra to me. Well, she already knows she's extra, so that's good. You know, knowing is half the battle. But that was really the only thing significant that happened to me for them at that dinner. The next scene that they have between the two of them, which had me rolling my eyes, is Chris crying over the dog situation. Now, if y'all watch this, y'all already know they were told by the producers that they can't have 3 dogs. It's a 2-dog maximum at the apartment or complex that they have the couple staying at. So he's blubbering over this dog situation. And now blubbering.
Okay.
And it was sad when I saw it. When I saw the preview with him crying like that.
Yes.
I thought somebody had died.
Yes,
and it's like someone, a human, had died. Not saying that you can't be sad about your dog. And I put out the disclaimer. We were talking about this. I told my husband, I was like, no, I'm not as big of a dog person as a lot of these people, but I promise if something happens to our dog suddenly, I would cry. I would cry. Not maybe as hard as Chris was crying, but I would cry because, you know, I mean, I love him. But the thing is that the dog didn't die. Nobody died. And my problem with him is not that he's attached to the dog. It's not that he feels emotions for the dog. It's that he had zero problem solving. He had zero problem-solving ability in his repertoire. It was like, I can't have the dogs. I'm going to have to abandon my dog. Oh, my God, my life is over. I couldn't personally deal with a man like that. And I want to just say, Nicole did a fabulous job with him. She was very patient. She was very comforting. She was very problem-solving for him. I love how she, you know, got down on his level and, you know, tried to calm him, reassured him, told him, hey, look, I don't know the solution right now, but we're going to figure it out. Giving up the dogs is not an option. You know, I mean, she did everything right in that moment. I like to give her a lot of like pushback for her personality. But in that particular moment, I thought Nicole did everything right. I just don't know how she didn't say, what is wrong with you? I think I would have done everything wrong. I would have been like, you really crying about this thing? So what were your thoughts? How did you feel about that scene?
When you said last week, did somebody die? And I was just like, yeah, maybe.
They had to have, right?
You know, to get that type of response, whatever was going on with him. And like, obviously he's very upset. He looked very inconsolable.
Yeah.
And so to have everything play out, and it's about the dog that they can't take into the apartment, and me and my wife, we're of two minds on this. Yeah, we love our dog, but we don't get.
I don't even think you would cry if something happened to Isla.
I can't believe you would say that.
I
can't believe you say that. I would be torn to pieces if something happened to Isla. But no. But he's just no one died, not even the dogs. The dogs are not hurt. But he goes on talking about that they have anxiety about being left. No, it seemed like you have the anxiety, you know? And it's just like, dude, pull yourself together. But he couldn't. Yeah. He could not. He was inconsolable. And so that left Nicole to come in and to take leadership, take ownership of this whole situation and talk this man off the ledge, because
talk him off the ledge and then come up with the solution. Yeah. She called her dad. He didn't do anything but sit there moping.
Yeah.
You know, she went out of her way, called her dad, asked her dad to come out of his way.
Yeah.
To, you know, watch her dog or their dogs, depending on the situation, how they're going to do it, which her dad is a trooper too for coming through. Because, I mean, for a lot of people's families, this is like a sham of a marriage. So for him to support her like this is legitimate and everything, you know, I mean, kudos to her and her dad.
Yeah, very true.
Honestly.
Very true. Because he said he lives in Florida.
Yeah, so he's got to come all the way there.
To Nashville.
Right, and house sit and dog sit for her.
Man.
My dad wouldn't do it.
No, your dad. Your dad would definitely not do that.
He may help me pay for a kennel.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Depending on how much I cried.
Yeah. Like you on your own.
Right. You should have thought about that before.
But I don't know. From a man standpoint, I know, hey, we hurt and men cry. We have emotions just like women do. We may show them in different ways, but we still have emotions. And I understand that. I have no problem with a sensitive man. I really don't. But when it gets into the point to where you couldn't dry your own tears and figure out something what your next steps were gonna be for your 3 dogs, it sounds very problematic for me.
Yeah, I mean, and that's my thing. That's my only thing is that, you know, if we have a problem that I consider at that level, I expect us to be able to put our heads together to come up with solutions. I expect for you to have already come up with some ideas of your own. I don't expect it to be, I expect you to be inconsolable like that if you lose someone. Not if there's a possibility that you might have to put your dog someplace for 2 months. No. That was wild to me.
Yeah.
So
sorry. I mean, I don't. I love my dog, but the dog is still on Earth.
Right.
The dog is still on Earth. I don't get it.
So they get done with that whole situation. I guess they talk to the producers. They come up with a producer and Nicole solution, and they're okay from there. And he feels good about it. You know, he does come out and say, you know, that he felt like, I guess she did a good job helping him with that, and that's what marriage is like, and you know, whatever. So I guess he'll have a chance to support her in something, but okay.
That could have went a whole different way. If she was any less sensitive to his sensitivity, that would have just got flushed down the toilet real quick. That whole situation could have put them on a whole different trajectory. It
could have. I mean, I'm thinking back to Justin and Alexis from last season. Now, to be fair, I actually think Alexis would have been very supportive in that as well. But I think she would have been giving him the same side eye that I'm giving him. Like, what is wrong with this man? Now, I don't feel like Nicole is really giving him a side eye right now. I feel like she's got rose-colored glasses on. She wants to be in love. She wants this thing to work. She's very committed to it. And this hasn't deterred her at all. So, Maybe they're the perfect match for each other. I mean, honestly.
Maybe he better fall in love with her really quick, though.
So that's the next thing. Once they get back, they move into the apartments or whatever, and they're talking about it. And you can know they obviously feel good. I think Nicole feels good about herself for what she did. She knows that she did a good thing. She knows she stepped up and took leadership in that situation. And so she did ask him, you know, if today were a decision day, would you be a maybe? Would you be a yes? And they both said that they would say yes if today was decision day, which I wouldn't expect anything less because they haven't really had any big bumps in the road, you know. And then she immediately follows it up with a, do you love me? And he says no again. And she basically is like, yeah, I don't love you either. So it's like, ma'am, who are you trying to, like, why do you keep asking this question?
Yes.
Because now imagine, just think about this. What if he said yes?
Then she would have said yes.
Why is she sitting here lying? Why would I sit here and ask you, do you love me? Let you sit here and say, yeah, I do. And be like, well, I don't love you.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That was just some way of trying to save face because he told her no
for
twice.
Sure.
So you need to stop asking.
I don't know why
she
keeps
tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a good look.
No, it isn't. It isn't. I mean, if y'all want to chime in and tell me for the life of me why this woman keeps on doing this to herself. It is putting pressure, it's putting unnecessary pressure. Everything is going good, right? Why put this unnecessary pressure on the relationship by asking him? They've been married for a week.
Yeah. So
you're going to ask him every 3 days if he loves you yet? That's going to get old real fast.
Well, like you said, she's not necessarily patting herself on the back, but she knew she did a really good thing, like you said. And so perhaps out of that act of service, she thought that the walls of his heart just boom, they just fell down, and that's all he can see is him standing before her and this wonderful thing that she did. And so, yes, my darling, I'm in love with you.
But that's not how it works, and it's giving me Justin vibes from last season when he sent the dog away, you know, or agreed to send the dog away. And then it's like, okay, now is it a yes or decision day? That's not how any of this works. You know, you still have to let a person make an independent decision, not because of some gesture that you made, but because of the relationship that you've developed. And she's not really letting it develop. She wants to do these things. She wants to be this perfect, do the thing with the hand. She wants to be, you know, right, like whatever, this perfect wife.
Yeah.
And for that to make her enough for him to love her and say yes to decision day and all of these things. And it kind of harkens back to her history with men, where she openly admitted that she's always felt like she wasn't enough. So she's trying to be enough on the front end and then get the reward for being enough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, because Chris is a real nice guy.
Yeah.
Pushover-y a little bit, maybe. I know you don't think he's an entire pushover, but I do.
But to me, he stands his ground a little bit.
He's just talking. That's who he wants to be. He wants to be the guy he wants to be who he's speaking himself into being.
Okay.
I don't think that's really who he is. But nonetheless, I think overall, he's a nicer kind of guy. And I don't think he's necessarily going to try to take advantage of her. So that's a good thing. But they still may not be a perfect match. She still might push him away with the pressure. So I think if she could just ease back a little bit on that pressure, do the good things. But do the good things without expectation that that's going to get you something else.
Exactly. Because she did make a sacrifice.
Yeah.
And she did show a lot of leadership in that. And so you got to give her credit for that. But like you said, if on the back end, if she has expectations of now he's going to just pronounce this unwavering, undying love to me because I made this human dog sacrifice for him. So, love me,
Yeah, no.
And if she's expecting that, that's just not the way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say about these two for now. So far, they're still good. I know they're going to hit some sort of bump in the road, so I can't wait to see what it is. But right now, this is the strongest couple I think that there is. So let us know you guys' thoughts about that. Let us know what you think about the crying and the dog situation. I know a lot of people are really like big dog lovers.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to knock the love for the dogs. I just think his ability to problem solve is what troubles me so much.
Yeah.
That's all. So
same here.
Drop your comments below, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll talk to you all.
And I would cry for Ilo.
He would not.